So then I went on Twitter and there was this weird thing. Maybe we've talked about it and I just don't remember. But there was like a conversation going on called
With
Soap
us?
Chat. No, on Twitter. So I clicked
Oh,
on it, and all of a sudden it was Candace talking about soaps with a couple of guys, and some of our followers were listening to it, and I was listening to it. And then she stopped for a minute to be like, "Hi, Tommy." Like she knew I was listening. I was like, "What is this?"
hello, everyone, and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Aaron, one of your hosts, joined by my partner in crime, Tommy.
Hello.
Hello. And today we are talking about the web series The Grove, which is about two longtime feuding families. And it takes place around Nico and Ivy, which are two of the main characters' wedding day. So, Tommy, what did you think of The Grove?
Well, as far as it being a web series, that confused me because it never continued after this. So I don't know if they didn't get funding or because if you go on IMDb, it's labeled as like almost like a TV movie.
Okay, I was confused with that too because I thought it was a web series, but then I
I think it
kept
was
saying,
supposed to be,
okay.
but maybe they just couldn't get funding for it. Um, I loved it. Like I know that you love Crystal Chappelle, and I've always liked her too. But the more that I see her in things, I'm like falling in love with her.
Oh, I see. I'm just thankfully you're finally on the Crystal train.
No, I've always liked her. Like I liked
No, I
her as
mean like
Carly.
to my level.
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with her.
I'm like, I was watching, it's just like, oh, okay. But the moment I truly loved this series was when it gave me my Bo and Carly fix. Because I didn't know he was in it. So when she sits on his lap, I was like, oh, Bo and Carly. Even though I know, like, I love her and Nico and Ivy. Those are the characters she plays with the other actress. I don't remember her name.
That's like Lechia,
I
I
think
think.
so. They were Octavia or something from Guiding Light,
Mhm.
but cute little couple. But just her and Bo, seeing her and Bo just reminded me how much I loved her and Bo. My dog is sneezing. I don't know if you heard that.
I heard something. I didn't know what it was.
Little behind the scenes. My dog likes to be right next to me when I film for some reason.
um, for me, it was like a little bit of an adjustment because half the cast of Venice, the series, is on this also. So it's like, okay, they're not playing their Venice characters. Who are they playing now?
Let's talk about Nadia for a second. Like, she is amazing in this, playing that like little vlogger who's just like, it's for my series. And then we go back to cheering her down. I was like, oh my God, I love you as this type of character.
Yeah, I love Nadia. I follow her wherever she goes.
Of course.
I'm stalkerish, but whatever.
I'm the same way with Crystal, but we're not stalkers. We appreciate your work.
I love the opening scene where she's like late to, I guess, setting up or the rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "You're drunk." And she's like, "No, I'm not. I'm sober as a judge." And she has a drink in her hand.
I wrote that in my notes. Like, my favorite quote was "sober as a judge," and then she passes the drink on. I was like, I have to write this down so I don't forget
it. It was great. The comedic timing of that, I loved it.
Oh my gosh, so good.
I was like a little bit starstruck by how many soap opera actors were in that.
Oh, I was too. They were popping up left and right.
I've seen this before, but I kind of forgot what it was about. So when I saw Lindsay Godfrey, I was like, wow, she was young here.
I thought that I was like, oh my, it took me a moment to realize it because I'm not used to seeing her with blonde hair. Because I didn't watch her on The Bold and the Beautiful. I only know her from Days, technically.
Yeah, and I got used to her dark hair also. So it did take me a minute. I'm like, is that Lindsay?
And then I'm thinking to him, like, oh, how funny. You're playing her mom, and on Bold and the Beautiful, you're like that's her stepmom,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
I was having to also remind myself this isn't a continuation of Bo and Carly's story.
I was gonna say she's Bo and Carly's daughter, but she's Nico and Peter Reckles'
Yes,
character's
yes.
daughter.
But I was just like, oh, this is what would happen if Bo and Carly got married. And then they
Carly
split
realized she was a
up, but they still
lesbian.
stay friends. And she became a lesbian who gets married to this girl. I was like, I'm totally for that. Like, I loved it in my fantasy.
Non-Grove related, I would like to see Nadia and Crystal play a couple
Oh,
because they're rivals on Venice.
mhm.
So I would like to see like their romantic chemistry and
They
stuff
would
like
look
that.
hot together.
So if Carly ever wants to come back to these and Chloe just decides that she's done with Philip and Brady, I'm down
I'm
for
for it.
Carly and Chloe.
Let's tweet Ron. Let's tweet on. Let's make it happen. Because I think they would look hot together. I'm for it.
Totally did not expect to see the actress's name, the one that plays Adrian and Bonnie,
Oh
Judy
yes,
Evans,
yes.
pop out from under the cover. So I was like, oh shit.
I know. I was like, what a way to make an entrance. Yeah, get it, girl.
That was very old school Bonnie of her. It also took me a minute to recognize Michelle Stratford.
Oh yes, yes.
Her hair was darker than I'm used to seeing, so I was like, "Is it her?"
I will say I loved seeing Mark
Yeah.
pop up because when he played Nathan on Days, I just drooled. I love him. I don't know what. There's something about him I just like.
Him.
And
he can come back to the show.
Huh?
He should come back to the show.
Yeah, and bring Melanie with him, and they should get together. Don't you talk about my cup?
I don't like her last name.
Oh. We'll change it to Manning. She'll be Melanie Manning. Or we'll rewrite history and somehow she'll be Bo and Carly's daughter. It could happen.
Do you know who Beth Malin is?
I guess I don't.
She was the blonde that was Nadia's mother on the show, and she was
Gloria. Mm-hmm. Loved her. I loved when
she's from Young and the Restless. She plays Tracy.
Okay, that's who I thought she was. She had a quote in The Grove that I just loved. It was something about that family of fucking weirdos. I was like, yes.
And Nadia was like, "Mom," she's like, "What?" She's like, "You said the F word." And then the L word. And she was like, it was something stupid. She was like, "No, lesbians."
When they were watching the telenovela,
yeah,
and they were just trying to that's me watching a telenovela. I'll watch and be like, man, I wish I spoke Spanish, because I'm like, that seems really good.
And the housekeeper in the background was like watching it in the background.
So I'm like, I thought it was funny too when the husband was like, Maria, the eggs are hard, fire the cook. I'm like, you're letting the help fire the help. Like, ooh, harsh.
Is he from a soap opera? Because he was also on Venice, and was he on Guiding Light?
If he's from something I clearly don't know, so he must be from Guiding Light. If he's from one of the major soaps,
yeah,
because I didn't recognize him.
Crystal Chappelle's character's father in Venice. I keep going back to Venice because I know all these people from Venice. It was good to see Christian LeBlanc. Do you know him?
I love him.
Okay.
I was so waiting for him to just pull Nate. I don't know. I'm calling him Nate. Try to call him by his actual name, Mark. I wanted him so desperately just to pull him in for a kiss. Because they got so close. It's like, oh, we about to, but that didn't happen. I was like, ah.
I like how on Venice we got Nora Buchanan, and on this one we got Bo Buchanan.
I love Nora and Bo. They were so good together.
Also, props to me for knowing that because I didn't watch that show.
Props.
I dipped in every once in a while because
Snaps for Tommy. Snaps for Tommy.
I've absorbed a lot through osmosis.
A lot just happened in this. There's so much set up in this episode or this long web series where I was just wanting more and more. Like when it ended, I was like, wait, that's all I get? Like I was Googling, like trying to figure out, did we have more? And then I was like, whoa, this was 2013.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my, I'm 8 years late to this. And I'm so sad because I want more now.
Yeah. I think if they didn't have the whole horse gambling side storyline, I'd be content with how it ended because then I would just accept it as like a movie about a lesbian couple getting married.
Yeah.
But because there was this lingering.
Well, and there was that whole, like, he wanted the $500,000 to pay off Mark's character, so that they'd be in their pocket. Like they're really, you could tell there's a lot of history.
Wasn't there land involved also?
Yes, there was a lot of history between this family that we didn't get to dive into. I could tell.
I couldn't tell if they were rivals or because he referred to him as his good friend.
Well, I feel like, okay, it's kind of like they were like growing up, they were friends, but I feel like their fathers maybe fought. Kind of like Ewings and the Barnes is kind of how I
could
was seeing it. Like I could tell there was a lot of history there and a lot of shady thing. Like they were friends, but they'd stab you in the back.
Who else was on it?
Crap, who wasn't on it? That's why I loved.
Oh, so going back to Christian LeBlanc, because you know how he's like all gray now, like he let his hair go all gray,
and it looks.
So when we were watching After Forever, I initially thought that Jason was Christian LeBlanc.
Oh, he would have been nothing against who plays Jason, but he would have been a perfect. No, he needs to come in. I haven't watched the rest of the show, but I'm already thinking of like Christian needs to come in there and be
season 2,
be the guy that falls for Brian. Ooh, they would look good together.
And
he looks.
There's
only one way I can say it. He looks fucking hot with gray hair.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, that's the only way I know to say it. Like, I don't feel like I could pull off gray hair, but him and Craig, I feel like they're sexier with gray hair.
Also, John Black, when he came back with his silver fox hair, I was all about that.
I know. I didn't realize I was into silver foxes. All of these men started coming on my soaps with their silver foxness.
You're getting older.
I guess so. It's like I remember one day watching it going, wait, I didn't like John, but now I'm strangely attractive to him. What
now you like 65-year-old John?
I know. I'm like, okay. All right. I'm living for it. Like, who else can we turn gray to see just how much I love it now?
Who's in my age range? I felt like Galen Gehring on Days, he started to have like a little salt and pepper thing going on, and I was into it, but they're dying it now. I'm like, why? Leave it alone.
I'm back and forth on if I like him. I think it's more character wise than anything. Because it's not him. I loved him in Vince. You know what I'm talking about.
What? No, I don't. Oh,
Carly's main show, web series.
Oh, and Venice?
Venice. For some reason I was going to say Vince. I don't know what. Venice.
I thought you said Vince. I'm like, what is Vince?
I know. That's why I was like, maybe this passion for it's hit me a little hard.
You drunk already?
I mean, it's on brand. No. But I desperately, this series left me wanting more.
Bobby Eakes was in it too.
And I love her. She's, I know her from All My Children. That's what I know her from. She was Babe's mom. And I love her.
Oh, she was Babe's mom.
Mm-hmm. And I felt like they were setting up something. I feel awful for not knowing their characters' names yet, but it was just one episode. So I'm calling them by the names I know them as.
I'm probably just going to call them by the actor names.
I don't know all the actor names. I know most of the characters. But Bobby, do you know her real name?
Eeks. Bobby Eeks.
Oh, that's her real name?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was her All My Children name.
No, that's her. That's the actress's name.
Then what's her All My Children name? Because for some reason I thought it was Bobby. Okay, that's neither here nor there. But they were setting up like a triangle with Peter, Michelle, and Bobby's characters, it felt like.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, I want to see this.
Michelle Stratford was like, I'm not drawing. No one's drawing. I'm not drawing.
Because if I had to pick of the two, I feel like Peter fit better with Bobby.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I feel like they would have been a cute couple to see.
Who was Michelle Stratford? Was she Nico's sister?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because she was the daughter's, she called her aunt.
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, I thought the wedding was cute.
I love the song they played.
Mm-hmm.
I need
I like that. What's the other one's name? Nico and
Ivy.
Ivy. I like that she was like, no, I'm not walking on the aisle.
I thought it was sweet to see the dad walking down both of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute.
I thought the whole wedding gift, or how the whole family was looking at it, like, what is it?
I felt so much of like people I know in the show. I could see people like my family and I buying a gift for someone being like, huh. Like question, like trying to figure out.
He was like, do we keep it?
I need more of her as that character.
Okay, I was really into Beth Melan being a little like neurotic and like pill popping and like slightly homophobic. She said the vulgar word for lesbians. I was very shocked, especially her because she's such a sweetie in real life from what I've seen and on Y&R.
That's one of the things I like about these little web series. I love getting to see these actors like really just be like, fuck, you know, because it's just like, you don't see that in daytime. So,
and I forget that they can. So when it happens, I'm like, oh, okay, we're saying fuck. All right.
I know you're thrown off. You're like, oh, Nathan Horton just dropped the F bomb.
I like the little flashbacks of like how they met, Nico and Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Chappelle plays a good lesbian.
She does. I mean,
I was kind of into her.
I was just about to say
in the tank top, working on the car engine.
I was like, am I into girls now? Am I bisexual now?
You've been Chappelled.
I don't know what it is about that woman, but I have loved her since I was a child. I don't know what it is.
She was your first girl crush?
She was one of them, for sure. Her and Amy Jo Johnson. Pink Power Ranger.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about mine. That adds up.
Yeah. Crystal.
I think the succession for me was Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Amy Jo Johnson, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh yeah, I can't forget Sarah Michelle. But
and
yeah,
then I was all about the boys. So,
but watching her fix that truck in that car is like, okay, girl.
And that white beater, yeah.
I was like, get your girl, Nico, or Ivy. I can't remember what your name was.
She was Nico.
Okay, that's what I keep getting them back and forth. I even wrote them down on my notes because I didn't want to forget them.
But yeah, I mean, there really isn't much more to say because it was only an hour-long show, and it was basically just about their wedding. They were already married, and they were just doing this for the family.
I know I thought that was cute.
It was really cute how Lindsay Godfrey's character was like, I already have 2 moms and 1 dad.
I know she was so adorable in this.
Yeah, I love her.
I didn't like her at first when she first came on Days.
Oh, because you didn't have the history with her that I did.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, but it wasn't her, the actress. It was the character. Like,
Yeah, I didn't necessarily love the character of Sarah, but Lindsay's so cute.
she
And I
can
like
pull
her
off-
little, I don't know. I thought she was funny, her little
she can
comedic
pull off any
response.
hairstyle.
Mhm.
She is like one of the people I've seen on television that no matter what hair color, hairstyle, it works for her.
Yeah. I do enjoy her as a brunette, though.
Yeah, I mean, she looks totally different as a blonde. I was like looking at the screen. I know you. I know you. And then I
She,
started,
I don't know, is she a natural brunette? She may have gone blonde for Caroline, because she was supposed to be.
I'm not sure. I mean, I always tell people I'm a natural blonde. The box said natural.
But you're 2 tones. The top's blonde, but the sides aren't.
That's how it just grows naturally. I'm like a unicorn.
But yeah, that's really all I have to say about The Grove. I wish it had gone on for at least 1 season.
Yeah, because I thought the family was just the right amount of crazy.
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen the other trouble they got into.
But you never know. I thought Venice was over and it's coming back next year for a 7th season. So, and what's that other show? Beacon Hill?
Oh, I want to watch
Didn't they have like
that.
5 years in between seasons?
It may have.
So you never know. The Grove might make a comeback.
Fingers crossed. Crystal, what do we need to do? I'm poor, but I will do what's needed.
Where's the GoFundMe?
Can I help in production because I got no money? So yeah, A+ series in my opinion. And I want more.
It definitely had potential.
It did.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. What about you?
That's all I have to say besides I love you, Crystal. I hope you're listening.
I love you too, Crystal and Nadia. Happy belated birthday, Nadia. She has the same birthday as my mom.
Aw. So,
All right. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
bye.